your background, what you're doing right now?
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of complex, so I know it's a lot of stuff to cover.
Absolutely. Yeah, my name is Sam Harper. I am a speaker, a sound healer, a thought leader, and doing a lot in the space right now. There's a lot of transition into spirituality and people jumping on the trend, which I'm very excited about. It's about time. And just educating people on conscious leadership development and frequency and energetics through business and through self-development.
What kind of sound healing do you do? I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. I do lots of different forms of sound healing, primarily through crystal bowls, toning, and alchemy bowls and chimes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you said you relate that with like business development?
Business development, more thought leadership.
Okay.
Yeah, conscious leadership development, but also building business on high frequency. So I like to think of when we start businesses, it's typically bootstrapping. You're putting it together with duct tape and super glue, and it's not built structurally on a foundation that is strong enough to withhold where you're scaling to be. And so I help people understand why we need to take time and effort and energetically set the foundation so that we know where we're going, so that you're not having to do a lot of work 10 years from now and you're trying to scale and your business crumbles below you because you started off with it shaky from an energetic standpoint.
Yeah. So you can't build anything on a poor foundation.
No.
So that's why.
So you said a few different kinds of bowls. So or is it just different frequencies between the different ones, or is there different things you're treating with the different bowls?
The elements, Ruse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Both are true. So I have a lot of bowls, but typically when I play with 8 bowls. So I use a complete octave, but each bowl holds a different frequency that attunes to the different chakras of the body and get those into alignment. And then I have developed my own sound healing modality called the chamber method, which integrates both science and air quoting woo-woo. Right? To help integrate the body from a frequency standpoint.
Okay.
Do you go in a series with those 8 frequencies, or is it different for each person?
It depends on what I'm playing for, who I'm playing for, the purpose, the themes, what we're trying to integrate, what we're trying to break up, what we're trying to build from an energetic standpoint. But I would say if I'm doing a community session, I'm going to do something a little bit more light. I don't want to take them deep into deep trauma and unlock everything and send them on their way. That's negligent from an energetic standpoint.
Yeah.
And so I have impeccable integrity with the way that I play. But if I'm in a more sacred space, a more ceremonial space, then I am able to go in deep into the energetic body and break up frequencies to rebuild frequencies in the body to sustain health and growth and do some inner work that words can't touch.
So you're kind of like guiding as you go along as
Right.
far as like, okay, we're not going to go from this to this to this.
Right.
Rather than like, okay, if they respond this way, you watch the person and their reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like reading body language, their breath, how they're moving, if they're going deeper, if they're staying lighter. And I'm able to then use the sound and the frequency to shift them into a different space.
Okay.
How do you get training for something like that? And like how long does it take to like be really in tuned and like notice these things?
That's a great question. And I think it's a little bit different for different people. So I come from a psychology background. I was a trauma therapist for almost a decade before I started doing what I do now. And so I had a lot of trauma-informed care. I worked in a clinic for about 10 years. So from that standpoint alone, it's how do you handle somebody who's having an episode or having a trigger, and how do you hold that space appropriately? So there's that component. But then from a sound healing component, there's various different certifications that you can get from different people. But for me, I'm self-taught, but I do come from a background of music therapy and theory. I studied that in undergrad and then carried that into my master's degree and developed, like I said, my own practice called the chamber method, which is trauma informed to help mitigate symptoms across the board, both psychologically, physically, and spiritually.
What it kind of reminds me of, if you look at like the world's greatest DJs, and you've been to any of the shows, you see how they pick up the people's energies, and they're able to like move the crowd up and down like throughout their entire performance, which you don't see much these days because people are just sticking in like a jump drive and doing it. But like if you see any of the older generation where they're going through the entire night or day, whatever it is, they play around with people's energy. So it kind of seems very similar.
It is very similar. You know, you can walk into a room and you can feel the energy right away. Yeah. You walk into a room that's full of tension and you don't want to be there, right? Or you
so you don't want to be here? I'm fucking tense.
You guys feel great. I should have brought some sound bowls with me. But you can also feel when there's joy and when people are open, and you can read that and move with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what is it that tossed you more into doing frequencies than what you were doing as trauma therapy?
I mean, a lot of different components led into me transitioning into more deeper entrepreneurship and working with the clientele that I work with now. I worked in a community clinic as a therapist, and you're pretty limited. Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of rules and regulations which are incredible in certain practices. Yeah. Now, when you want to go a little bit deeper and use alternative methods of therapy that are not board approved, or that they wouldn't understand, or I couldn't put in a clinical note, or it's backed by a judge when I'm being subpoenaed, you know, why did you use this modality? It was limiting to some degree. And now I call it light therapy. You know, it's still the same thing. Yeah. I just use it a little bit differently. Yeah,
us as physicians, we're kind of like, at least we're in private practice where we can use different things. But still, you know, you carry that MD after your name, and like, you know, if it's not FDA approved or something like that, you're like, you know, you're supposed
not
to
even supposed to recommend it.
But like, I like to walk the tightrope and try to bring the best that's out there for the patients, because not everything that's FDA approved is good for you. You know, you have a lot of medications that are, you know, have tons of side effects when you have better options that aren't, just like this. And that comes up with the next question. Are you using any pharmacokinetics, not pharmacokinetics exactly, but like, you know, LSD was used in the 70s. And what was I listening to today that was talking about how, you know, they brought LSD to dumb down the people in the 70s, but what it did was make people smarter. So they had to find a way out from that.
In the right doses.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it opens up consciousness and opens up a different part of us to be able to communicate in a deeper realm that we don't typically have access to. Yeah. So you're asking me if I'm using plant medicine.
Psychedelics any plant medicine.
Right. Yeah. With my clients or myself?
Both.
Yes and yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm a big supporter and proponent of plant medicine as a support and a supplement to the work to help break down some of the barriers that keep us locked in our system, that just allow us to get past the consciousness that is so deeply programmed, to help us get into new neural programming and to create some new neural pathways. And so it's a really beautiful support in microdosing or hero's journeys. But microdosing is something that I recommend to all of my clients. And I'm a huge fan of it. And it helps with everything: antidepressant, anxiety, sleep. You're not caught ruminating. You're able to move past those things that you've been stuck in. And so it's a really beautiful partnership with sound and frequency.
And where are we in that? You're based in Arizona, right?
I am, yeah.
So where are we in, like, you know, that being more freely available to our patients, you know, like with psychedelic treatments and stuff like that, you know, because we deal with a lot of breast cancer patients, and that's traumatizing, like the entire, you know, from the start to the end.
There are some states that are moving legislation forward in the support of psilocybin specifically. Colorado is one of them. So they're close. So if I were to do a retreat that includes psilocybin, it would be there.
Okay.
Arizona's not quite there, but we're moving towards it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people, like, I have a lot of clients that, you know, they're traveling to other countries for like stem cell treatments or plasmapheresis. There's a lot of modalities that are out there that are, or psilocybin, going to different countries to do it. And it's tough, you know, in the US, you know, for stem cell treatments, there's a few states that already approved it, but like the psilocybin, what was it? The whole Joe Rogan thing with Trump last month.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? I forget.
Ibogaine,
yeah.
Incredible
Treatment.
for the support of addiction.
Yeah.
But you can't do that here
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, and it's coming around. It's been trending in the right direction, especially with all the hallucinogenics. I'm just like, oh, why wasn't this around when I was in college? I didn't need it. It's not like depressed, but like I felt good doing it, and I could see how it could help a lot of people. And honestly, the pharmaceuticals out right now that everybody gets prescribed is not good.
Right.
It just doesn't. It might mask some symptoms, but whether it's like you said, depression, anxiety, sleep, like they kind of like, it doesn't matter which one. Even for sleep, like you take Ambien, like it doesn't necessarily give you good sleep. You'll get knocked out.
Right.
You might get some sleep. You might get some good sleep. You'll probably get up all groggy, and it doesn't mean that you're going to get like a good, like full night of sleep either.
Right.
So
and then you become dependent on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The antidepressants and all like any of the mental agents that are prescribed are like, if you look at the history of the research behind that, it's they discover a drug and then they say the cause of this illness is this pathway. So you need this drug. But like a classic scenario is schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, what nobody has said, is actually like probably a spectrum of disorders.
Right.
Like it's not like everybody's schizophrenia is the same. And if you're schizophrenic, what's I don't know, the recent data, there's a 90% chance that you're going to be homeless on the streets. So it's very devastating. And even with like whatever medications and people are like taking it every day, it still fails. But then they're like, oh, schizophrenia is on the dopamine pathway, so we have to either block dopamine or supplement dopamine, but it doesn't work. Like it just, like whatever we have, even SSRIs, I am convinced they don't work. They might mask some symptoms, but they don't
They just plug the hole.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't repair anything. It doesn't create new neural pathways. It doesn't heal. It numbs, which is the common complaint, right? With an SSRI. I don't feel depressed anymore, but I don't feel anything.
Yep.
Right.
Just like how opiates act. It's not like you don't feel the pain. You just like numb to it.
Exactly. So the beautiful thing with frequency actually is that there now is some FDA approval for the treatment of liver cancer, specifically with the use of frequency.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it targets it specifically. It was approved October 2023, I believe, maybe 2022, through the University of Michigan. And that was like the most exciting news for me. I'm like, okay, we're making progress here. And so it uses high potency, highly focused frequency to attack the cells, the cancer cells, to explode them. And then the body's natural lymphatic system will take care of the rest. And so we're really going in the right direction where sound and frequency is no longer woo-woo. It does have science and evidence-based support so that we can, move the needle that for things that actually work and matter.
Yeah.
So what are, some things, like you have your sessions with your patients, what are some things that you have them do when they're at home, like on a daily basis? What's routines that they they should be following?
First and foremost, a breathwork routine. I give every single one of my clients a very specific breathwork when they start working with me. It's a 30-day breathwork routine. It's very, very easy. I say that, and then I explain to them what you have to do with it, and people fall off of it because it's a new routine and it's a new system in the body. But when we can control and listen to the body and get slow enough to hear it, then your body tells you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So breath is the first thing. It's our life force. It's the first thing that we get when we enter this world. It's the last thing that we leave behind.
Yeah.
And so if we can hold that
Yeah.
and pay attention to that and understand how the breath works in the body, then we get a lot more information.
Yeah.
Because we can listen to the breath, we can listen to those inner thoughts, we can quiet them. It's a mind over matter, but also meditation. And it doesn't have to be sitting in a lotus position, oming with your eyes closed. That's actually a very advanced form of meditation.
Yeah.
I often tell my clients to do walking meditation or intuitive walks, or just allowing the body to guide you rather than you taking over in the mind.
Yeah.
The mind is the last to be informed. The body knows exactly what to do first. So it's a lot of reversing and unlearning a lot of the things that we were taught either by our primary caretakers, our parents, our family members, our school systems, the society in general, unlearning some of those things and really deciding, well, what do I like? Who am I now? What do I identify as my drivers, my purpose, my meaning here?
Yeah.
And then we get to build on that. So similar to how I was describing building a business on high frequency, it's building your body on high frequency as well. But we need to attune and know what that frequency is from the standpoint of like, where am I beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it takes practice. That's the thing. It's not like even like my wife's a physical therapist. Like, okay, you do something, they feel better and they don't keep up with what they're supposed to do. And they come back in the same position. Is same thing with whether it's meditation or whatever you're doing, it breath work. It takes practice, and you're not going to be good at it the first time. Like anytime I try to meditate, if I haven't done it in a while, or even breath work, just like breathe in 4 seconds, hold a couple seconds, breathe out 8 seconds. It takes a while to like just get to that routine. And then like the first time, first 2 times, 3 times, maybe it's constant like thoughts racing through my head.
Right.
But like each time you're better able to control it to get in a better mindset the following time. So it's like, okay, just focus on the improvements rather than like just doing whatever we're trying to get you to do.
Yeah, what I find with a lot of people, and you touched on this a little bit, is the judgment of your process. So, I didn't get it right, or I fell off and it's hard. It is, right? Like anything that we're trying to do to change and grow is a diet is not easy. A workout routine is not easy. A spiritual practice is not easy.
Yeah, dealing with Jose is not easy. We've learned we've grown to love him, but it's been tough. It's been really rough.
Right.
He makes it worse every week.
That's why Rod doesn't show up every week.
So even in your work, it's a practice, right? Like you're not going to get it right every single time because people and medicine is evolving. Yeah. We are evolving beings. So we're not going to get it right every time. But where is the grace? Where is your flexibility? And I'm not saying you, this is more generally speaking of, because people don't feel like they get it right, they quit. And we're ever evolving. And I think that if you can get into a mindset of, I'm doing this today for tomorrow, but I'm just doing this today. I don't have to think about, am I going to be doing it in 5 years? Just think about, am I doing this today? What am I doing today?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people have a problem with like kind of letting go of that control aspect or knowing specific like data points. Like subconsciously as a human, you're like, oh, I have to be here by this day. Or I did this for 3 days and I'm not at this certain point, no matter what it is and what they expect to get out of it. And it just throws them off. I'm like, you know what? I tried it for like a week. I tried
It's not a control aspect. We discussed this before because like I think I don't think I'm a control freak, but I am a control freak, and I like to control like where everything's headed. And I do like a lot of times you beat yourself up about like just things not being perfect, but you know, I meditate and get that out of my system. But like you got to kind of be in control. I want to be in the driver's seat of what
No, but
I'm
you don't
doing
need to
or
be.
where
What I'm
going.
saying is you don't need to be every second. And
I kind of disagree, but I don't know.
You don't need to
Yeah.
be, but even if you need to be, maybe your expectations of where you think you need to be is not like you have a kind of spectrum of possibility and you're landing somewhere in that spectrum. And if you continue doing it, you end up leading up to your goal position, where compared to like, oh, after 3 times of doing this, I have to be here. You know what I'm saying? No, he doesn't.
Not really.
Control is an interesting,
He's a
interesting topic, right? We like to believe that we're in control,
Yeah.
but really we're very much not in control. What we are in control of
No,
is
he
our
disagrees with
mind.
that. He disagrees with that right now.
Yeah.
I'm always in control.
You have things contained.
Yeah.
Well, just called him out.
I just like things to be like more of a controlled setting than something pop up. You know,
Human beings love predictability.
Yeah.
Right? This is why children, although they don't like discipline, they function better under discipline. We like to know, am I safe?
Yeah.
Am I going to be okay? Is this going in the right direction?
Yeah. But like, you know, like a lot of this generation, you know, it's like they want control, but they don't know how to mold themselves into what that control is. You know, like they could look at something, but if something goes off path, they don't know how to fix it or try to fix it. And they think, you know, like, you know, taking medication, you know, taking like SSRIs, they're going to get in a better mood, and they're not getting in a better mood. Then they're taking something because now the antidepressants made them anxious and they need something to, you know, calm the anxiety. So they're trying to constantly fix things without any control of their own system. And like part of that,
So that's a form
medication.
of expressing control is by taking all those medications.
Yeah, but it's
This
not
is
control.
so interesting. I actually think that this is about self-authority. What you're describing is, do you have enough self-authority to change something that's not working rather than being codependent on something outside of you?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do that. We look for answers externally before we ask internally, what can I do here? And I don't think that's control.
Yeah.
So I actually think you probably are more flexible than you think.
No, I'm flexible, but I like to, you know, like I like to be more in control of exactly like what things are happening. I think we're kind of headed the right direction, where I don't like to put it in like guesswork and you know,
Insecurities.
I don't think I got insecurities, but
Sounds like you do.
I don't think so.
I beg to differ.
All right, what insecurities is that?
I absolutely should have brought my sound healing bowls.
Yes.
But one of the main things, you know, with breath work or whatever, or even meditation, is calming your vagus nerve. And
Absolutely.
And that's where, you know, a lot of the, like the frequencies and stuff, you're trying to, you know, calm the vagus nerve to kind of decrease that inflammation to
Wait,
kind
don't
of
you want to fire the vagus nerve? That's parasympathetic input.
Well, yeah, you want to stimulate the vagus nerve. Yeah.
But we don't want it inflamed.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So a difference between activating it and inflaming it. So so we're wanting to do anti-inflammation across the board to help regulate the nervous system to be able to receive the frequency enough to regulate, right?
Yeah.
So when you were asking me earlier, how do I use my frequency and to what degrees do I take people into? Now, there are some people who I'm going to intentionally dysregulate. So to meet them where they're at, so that I can then back off and give them a new system to regulate to.
Is that like a gong?
Yeah, gongs are really great for that because it shakes the entire system.
It's got a great frequency.
It's beautiful.
Deep bass like reverberations. So
So one of the things is like my wife listens to the sound bowls on like YouTube and stuff, and I just don't feel
different.
it
It's
with
so
it.
totally different.
I know, and you're not getting that same vibration as you would live, right? So I've been trying to figure out how we're gonna take this and bring it inside. There's like one sound bowl thing that's automatic, but like I went through reviews and I'm like, oh, this sounds.
Well, I have a solution for that because you're right that what you hear on Spotify or YouTube, those are compressed files.
Yes.
So those don't have pure frequency coming through. They sound beautiful. They're absolutely going to help calm somebody down, but it's not going to have the cellular effects. So I actually have an app coming out. It's called Sensory, and the files are not compressed. And so you do get pure frequency coming through. Right now, we're doing some clinical trials with it from a medical standpoint as well to help with 15 different categories of ailments or diseases, but and also in pre and post op. And because you're right, you might not feel it the way that you're listening to it now, but we're trying to bypass this technology and get frequency into everybody's hands because I don't think that it should be reserved just for people who are able to go to a beautiful retreat or have a sound healer in their city. It should be accessible for everybody. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I use BrainTap, which has like light and
I'm going to create a robot that does the
That's a great
actual
idea.
bowls without a healer. Just be like,
that
actually wouldn't be that hard to design. With what's out there, I don't think that actually.
Like that immortal chamber, it has some vibration thing with it, but I don't know. Like that's something I definitely want to bring in and like just for more post-op treatments with patients, because we do red light. And that kind of encompasses multimodality where it does have the vibration stuff to kind of calm the patients.
Sounds like something we'll carry in the next 1 to 3 months. Anytime he talks about stuff like this, shows up in the office like, Rod, like my wife might be against this, so we might have to run this on your card.
Here's the next thing, right?
Like this
we're
works.
About to do it as we're.
This works.
Yeah.
If he tells me about it, I know he's like looked into it very, like he's taken a deep dive.
We built the room for it, and then
construction's underway.
Like I also asked if, like, once the doors got put in, we could still, and I guess you could still take it in there. So yeah, we could still do it. Yeah.
How much does it cost?
It's a lot.
Okay.
Write it off.
That's all you need to do.
It'll make its money back.
It's a complete write-off. So we'll probably need to do it this year anyways. So
yeah. Sounds good. We have a sound healing room.
Unless we can get someone to come and do sound healing.
I think you met somebody.
Yeah. I know.
I know somebody.
Yeah.
The what's your favorite bowl?
Okay, we're taking a left turn here. Okay.
Yeah. What's your favorite bowl? Complete like uneducated like question, but like this is
there's actually
which one can you treat the most things with, and like you
stop asking questions effective. She's trying to answer my question.
Okay, so I'll tell you a quick story. Is the first bowl that I purchased was the root chakra bowl. Why? Because the sound of it scared me. Now, why and how could a sound scare somebody was my question. I was in a yoga session, somebody played the bowls, and the sound of the root chakra bowl moved over my body so strongly, and the sound was like a scary movie. And I was like, what is this? And why is it bringing up fear in my body? And so I talked to the facilitator, and afterwards she was like, oh yeah, the deepest sound is the root chakra. And I was like, well, there's no chance that I'm going to be scared by a sound. And so I need to get this bowl and figure this out. And what it showed me is that my root chakra just needed some healing. Now, the root chakra is typically associated with early childhood development. What person has not developed any kind of trauma from their childhood? So I'm like, oh, right, that makes sense. And so that was the first bowl that I got. And it's, I believe now, one of the most beautiful bowls that I have. I love that bowl. I have probably more root chakra bowls than any other type of bowl.
How big are they? Or if it's a root chakra, is it a standard size or?
It's not a standard size. Okay. No, I have an 18-inch, and then I also have a 10-inch root chakra bowl.
Diameter?
Right.
Okay.
So
Is there a certain thickness?
Yeah, certain thickness to and which octave we're on. I typically play with 432 hertz, which is the same frequency
It's
as
my
the earth.
favorite.
Yeah, it's a good one. But I would say to your question too is which one helps with the most things. I would say probably the root chakra because we're working from the base up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a deep
the
sound.
Deepest sound.
Okay, it's a deep sound, and then work light.
Mm-hmm.
Shared this on this podcast, but the first time I did a sound healing sessions up in Sedona, I was dead sober, and I swear I was like tripping. Like I was like, what the heck?
Right.
To the point like our second session was like 6 to 12 months later. And the instructor was like, what are you trying to get out of this? I'm like, I'm trying to trip balls. like, get me back to that place, whatever that lady did. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but like I was, because we started in a sitting position and it was like a supported like yoga mat, had the seat back, and I fell over like 3 times.
Wow.
Like I was in it. In this session, it was like lying down. It wasn't quite as intense, but it definitely felt good. Like it.
So that brings up a question. How often should people be doing like the sound sessions?
You can do sound healing every single day.
Yeah.
But I will say it takes some time to allow the body to get used to it because you can, I mean, I would play, I don't do this quite as much anymore, but I would play up to 5 sessions for clients every day. And that was a lot of frequency in my body.
Yeah.
I would have to ground a lot. It was a lot. And so you do have to kind of work your way up and you can do that in minutes, right? You can start off with 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10, 15, and you can go on and on.
Your lunch break, did you stick paper clips in the electric socket just to ground yourself? Like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for the afternoon sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was vibing very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people can listen every single day.
What was your musical background? You must have played instruments.
I actually didn't play instruments.
Really?
My mom gave me a choice. She said music or sports, and I chose sports. My sister was the musician, and so I was around a lot of music. I loved music. I listened to a lot of music. I didn't play anything until about college. I got into acoustic guitar. I sucked at it. My fingers wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. But I studied music theory and composition and all of that. And then I used music therapy in my therapy practice. And so I was very connected to music, but never played an instrument.
Okay.
Do you treat a lot of athletes?
A lot of athletes, yes. Yeah. Professional football players, professional hockey players, I mean, across the board. But ones too who have like brain injuries.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was going to ask. How about concussion, post-concussive and stuff?
It's one of from their report, one of the most helpful things that gives them peace and like helps with the tinnitus and just helps the brain calm down and not feel inflamed.
Yeah. And do you get like, it must be a lot of like the retired athletes, especially the NFL. I know like HRTs become more with them because they've noticed they're at such high stress and like you pretty much, and like a lot of players still mess around with like steroids and other stuff. So their adrenals are pretty shut down. So, and like there's probably different frequencies used to kind of bring that back to normal. Yeah.
So we start in the crown chakra and work our way down to the root. So we start from the head down to help the body get used to being at home rather than staying up in the head. It's a beautiful practice. And I've been trying to get in with the Arizona Cardinals for years now. So hopefully they listen to this and they bring me in. But everybody could use it, you know, and you can use it for pre-game, post-game, for recovery, for injury, for all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like on the Brain Tap, they combined it with Tom Brady now. And they have like a whole concussion protocol and all the other stuff to how you can, you know, for elite athletes and even entrepreneurs. But what's your clientele base? What are you seeing? taking care of a lot of entrepreneurs, or more like just your regular people coming?
Young professionals versus athletes versus.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
work with a lot of entrepreneurs because I'm highly networked in the entrepreneur space, and a lot of athletes. But when I do community events, it's for everybody. Everybody comes through the door, every walk of life, who've done sound healing, who have never heard of it, who think it's crazy, who are going to try something weird out, or the people who are like, I need this every single day, and they're devoted to the practice. And all across the country, and I go international. It's not just contained here. There's a phenomenon of it right now, which is exciting.
What's your most interesting place you've done it at?
Ooh, great question. I mean, my development team for the app is in Poland, and that was very fun because it's not very popular over there. So that was a very new experience for a lot of them. So that was amazing. But I've done some really beautiful international trips to Mexico. We're in the middle of the jungle, and talk about feeling high. Like when you're in the jungle and feeling the bulls, it's next level.
Wake up halfway through thinking like pumas attacking
exactly
some type of apocalypto scene.
Right.
But you said Poland?
Mm-hmm.
What took you over there?
My tech team is there. My development team is there. So I went there for the development of sensory and did the sprint and mind mapped everything out for this app that's coming out, and they're incredible. And what an amazing team that I have there. So brought me over there. I am Polish also. So it brought me back to my homeland, which I'd never been to, which was amazing. So yeah, some deep roots there.
It's a different, like, I want to say like mentality, but like I honestly don't know that much about like how Polish people think, but it seems to be more like rigorous, like in a different way, where like
kind of like Russian, but not
right.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Yep.
It's hard. It's very strict. It's very contained. Talk about control, right?
Structured.
It's very structured.
Yep.
And the mentality is the more you suffer, the better you are later. And it's so backwards, right? And so it's reworking that whole system and like flipping it on its head.
Yeah. So it's weird because they're European, where like most European countries are a little more laid back. You get your siesta in some places. You're not like devoted to the 40-hour work week.
Right.
Like,
but as you move closer to Russia, it seems.
Yeah, it's Eastern versus Western
bloc.
And there's a difference between North and South. Like the more South you get, the more laid back people get. Like Sicily's like the Florida of Italy.
It's a blue zone.
Yeah.
Like you can't help but be happy there.
Yeah. But I also did hear like from a friend that's he's Italian American, but he still has cousins and stuff in Sicily. But there's some good and some bad. There's just like a lot of his cousins. He's like, they're in their mid-30s, and like, when you're gonna have a kid? He's like, why am I gonna have a kid? They're expensive, and like, like, why don't you work hard? It's like, I'm just gonna stay in college for 10 years because it's paid for, and it's just like, I'm staying with my parents, and I'm gonna have their house when they pass away. So they don't have much motivation to like do something else.
Yeah, it's a
It's a weird
a cushy
space.
life.
It's
well,
different.
like you go to Lake Como and stuff, like the house is there. You're going to go in a few weeks, and the house is there. They kind of just pass down through generations, and they don't want anyone new coming in.
Yeah.
So it's tough finding real estate there.
It's just, there's a lot of parts in Italy that they are available, and the population is in a pretty severe decline. That's the thing. It's like that population decline. What's that going to mean in years to come? I think it's going to fluctuate in cycles throughout like eternity, but
organically, it'll bounce back like everything else, right?
Yeah, I can't wait till it's cheap to have kids.
Just like
100 kids.
They bring deer into a population that there's not enough deer, and then they overpopulate. Then you have issues with Lyme disease, and growing up in the East Coast.
Well, it's like China had the one-child policy for a while, and the Chinese were Like they're more.
And it was male.
Yeah, they're more like, if you have a son, that's a gift. If you have a daughter, it's like, meh. Like, why did I have this kid? And now there's like, I forget what the numbers are, but there's something like 30 million more male Chinese than female Chinese. So sounds like a shitty place to live for us.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
about you, but it was just like, okay, then now we're dealing with even less women to like, and then we have to compete with.
I'm pretty happy here.
Yeah.
I think the ratio over here works right now.
And
How can we use the sound
how
bowls to
about supplementation wise? Any
one-child policy?
supplements or anything that you recommend?
Oh gosh. I mean, I feel like I could cause a lot of ruffles doing any sort of recommendation on that. I do have some preferences, but
What do you like?
so, okay, some of the things that I prefer, like valerian root for sleep rather than Ambien, right? So it's coming from the earth, it's natural, it's very soft, it helps with going to sleep, and it helps with anxiety. Saffron is another one that helps with mood boost, helps with libido, helps with depression. So some of the more natural things is what I gravitate towards. Like if it comes from the earth, I'm happy about it. I try to stay as organic and connected as possible. Now, I do really appreciate modern medicine. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor myself, and I wouldn't be alive without it. But now that I have my 3rd shot at life, I'm trying to be as clean and as organic as I can, and do the things that I know that will help me, like the breath, like sound, like meditation, like getting into the sun in the morning and the night, moving my body, moving energy through me.
That was another thing. What's like your daily routine?
Oh, my daily routine is pretty tight. I have a lot of things I can kind of pull out of the back pocket depending on where I'm at, but I start my day with meditation. I start most of my days with yoga, and it's part of my work day. I call it meetings with the CEO, because if you saw a meeting with the CEO pop up on your calendar, you wouldn't miss it. You would come and you would be serious about it. And so for me, working out and moving my body is part of my work day. And it also helps me understand where I'm at. Am I balanced? Am I not balanced? Am I fighting through it? Is my mental struggling a little bit, or does it feel light and flowy? And then from there, I can put in the appropriate next steps. And so that might be breath work a little bit more intense, or it might not be. If I'm feeling like elated and light, I might not want to activate my body like that. But I do vibration plate in between every single one of my clients. It's a very primal way of resetting the body. So I get on the vibration plate for a couple of minutes. It also helps with lymphatic drainage. I sit in front of my red light a lot. I'm like addicted. I don't know if you can be addicted to red light, but I think I am.
Sounds like you are.
I think I am.
And it's okay.
I think everyone, like I lay on my red light mat and like almost every night, and I'm like,
So good.
And then it gets me like so calm. Then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get up and do work, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm going to bed.
So if that's your morning routine, I know it like varies with how much of each thing you do, but how much time do you allot for that? Like with the yoga, meditation, vibration?
Probably about 2.5 hours. Yoga is an hour in and of itself, right?
Okay.
And so everything else on top of that is probably takes about an hour, but it's scattered too, right? Yep. So I can take a client, get on a vibration plate for 2 minutes before my next client. And
but before, like, let's say before your first client,
I try not to take clients before 10 a.m.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I wake up around 6.
Okay.
So, but I'm not doing something all of those hours, right? I like to ease into it, but I do probably about 2.5 hours of regimen in the morning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think is important. We're trying to dive a little bit deeper into is like, it's not everybody, like no matter what type of specialty people are in, it's not going to like work with other people's lives, but like they can take tidbits from you or another guest and be like, how can I implement this? So during COVID, I started doing yoga for like the first time regularly. And it's just like, for me, it was like 20 to 30 minutes, easy level. And after 2 years, my wife would talk shit to me, like, "Why are you still on easy?" I was like, this is what I want to do. It like I get the stretches I need, and it's putting me in a mental place that I want to be in.
Right.
So that's how I was using it. But that's the thing. It's like kind of like time management for a lot of people, whether you have 2 hours before your workday or just 20 minutes, like how to best utilize that.
I habit stack a lot too. Like I'll be on my vibration plate and doing red light at the same time, or
You should be. I mean, you're standing there.
I'm right
anyways.
there. Have them next to each other. But even so, like when I'm dropping my son off for school in the morning, we'll listen to a meditation on the way. It's helping me. It's helping him.
Yeah.
Whether he's doing the meditation or not, something will trickle in for him along the way, right? Yeah. And it helps with starting the day off, right? We'll set some intentions. It's beautiful. And that doesn't take extra time.
Yeah.
We're already in the middle of it. So I try to habit stack as best as I can. And then also, some days are tougher than other days. And I don't get it perfect every day either. And sometimes I go to yoga and I'm like struggling and I'm like, I don't want to be here every single pose. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But it's a practice, to your whole point. It's a practice, and being able to meet yourself where you're at and just give yourself the support that you need for that day.
I go with my aura ring. If my aura ring says shitty recovery, I'm like, I am not going to push it today, because every time I've done it, I'm like,
I'm going to track his aura ring so it tells him, give your brother a compliment. It's 10:30 on a Tuesday. Give your brother a compliment. Your heart rate's too high.
He's taking it off.
You slept 30 minutes less. Your heart rate's 2 beats faster tonight.
the
Your
aura ring
HRV
doesn't
is
tell me
way
to
off.
say anything good. So yeah, that's why my HRV is so low.
Right.
It's dealing with him.
Right.
It doesn't give me compliments. Give me a compliment and watch that
Stress
HRV
levels
will
are
go
higher.
blow through the roof. You're like, what did I do different today?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like the HRV, on this, it's like my HRV is so low, and I'm like, it's like day in, day out. Like every once in a while, if I'm on vacation and let everything go, like it'll go higher, but for the most part, it's like 20s. So, which I just track it just to make sure. But like I listen to it when it tells me my body's not ready. That's the main thing. If it actually like kind of motivates me when it's like 70s or 80s, I'm like, I better like get my ass up and start doing something.
HRV in the 70s or 80s?
No.
I was like,
I have some problems with that.
No,
I was like, what is that?
My aura ring number, like the recovery number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the HRV, like usually it'll be like if it's not in like the teens, then I'm like,
I don't know if it's
anyways.
placebo or if it's the fact that the HRV is that high. It's only happened a handful of times, but when it's in the 30s, I wake up and look at it like, oh yeah, I'm on top of the world. I got this. Nothing's stopping me today. I feel great. I don't know if it's because of the quality of sleep I got or because of me being like, man, that's a good HRV.
It's usually, your HRV is going to be higher the more deep sleep you're going to get too, because that's going to be your recovery. So
it correlated with the other numbers, but they're all based on the same. Like,
it's all on like an algorithm that they figured out. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
HRV climbs when I don't drink. My HIV really climbs when I drink. No, but it absolutely plummets when I drink. And if I drink after, dude, I know it's 10 minutes. Come on, man. but it like a drink after 7 p.m., my HRV will not be above 15.
It's not like it used to be, huh?
Mm-hmm. Before we had HRV.
Right?
I was like, I slept great last night.
What are you using for?
It's the sleep aid.
Oh, the sleep. Okay.
I have the Apple Watch, and the band started giving me a skin reaction, so I stopped that.
Do you Apple Watch, you got to charge it.
Occasionally, I'll do Oura Ring. But I have, and all the Apple things.
Yeah, Apple Watch is just tough. You got to charge it all the time.
Yeah, and you charge it when you sleep.
Yeah.
So that's not going to give you the sleep.
Yeah.
The sleep aid, I just go with that. And I'm like, okay. Because I did it a few nights to try to match up the numbers. And they were pretty close. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know which one to believe.
Well, the sleep aid said like my heart. Well, my son came to sleep with me, and it said your average heart rate dropped to 59, and I'm like, there's no way in hell. And then I'm like, my son's 2. I'm like, his heart rate's much higher than mine. I'm like, so what is it picking up? I'm like, and I don't think my wife's was that low. So I don't know.
So this monitor didn't give me the numbers I wanted. This one was better. The numbers that I wanted to see. So I went with this one.
Right.
I compare my Whoop to my Aura Ring and see like how they match.
You got to just get a 12 lead EKG.
Well, this does your EKG, the new Whoop.
It's not a 12 lead.
Oh, wow.
It's not. Why would I need a 12 lead EKG?
That's a guesstimate.
Doesn't matter.
If you're serious about this, you better get on top of that.
Nope. I'm not retarded.
Get the wires hooked up.
Yeah.
So where can people find you? Stuff about you, about the sound healing.
Yeah, my website is SamanthaHarper.com. Email sam@SamanthaHarper.com. And then on Instagram and TikTok at Sam_E_peace.
Awesome. And
how long are the sessions?
Typically an hour.
Okay.
So we do a soft meditation in to prepare the body, to open the body to receive, about 35 to 40 minutes of sound, and then a closing to help wrap it all up.
And is it like a preferred sitting position? Are they laying down? Is it like what are
I
they
like
doing?
when people are laying down with their head towards me, towards the bowl to really get it in.
Okay.
Last time I did it, because I told the instructor, I was like, no, I want the most intense thing you have. And she's like, okay, lay down, head towards the bowl.
Yep.
And she was like, it's going to be intense. I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. And Sarah went feet towards the bowl. She was like, yeah, I can't do too intense.
It's a little bit more gentle with the feet or sitting up. When you're laying down and the head's towards the bowls, you're going to be blasted off to another universe.
Yeah. I just like the laying down position because it's like completely letting go. Because even if you're sitting up, you're still engaging some muscles to maintain that position. And then you want to keep proper position. So I find myself every time I'm sitting up doing, whether it's meditation, sound, or anything, just like kind of telling myself like, stay upright, like do this. And that occasion happens where I just fall over.
So I know we talked about vagal nerve stimulation. And he actually texted me like a few weeks ago. He's like, hey, what do you think of this thing? I'm like, and I've gone down the rabbit hole and studied like pretty much all the vagal nerve stimulators and been to multiple conferences where, you know, the different companies talk about it, but the more effective ones seem like the medical grade. You almost have to, you know, you have to be the physician and like order specific thing. What are your thoughts of the whole, you know, there's Pulsetto, there's other ones out there. Are you finding any of those useful, or have you tried any of them that you've found useful?
I'm not sure if I've tried all of them, but I've tried several of them. And I love them. I think they're incredible for more acute symptoms, right? But something that you can do at home is EFT tapping, or like tapping on the body, ice pack on the neck, on the chest, deep breathing through that. It's really cold. I prefer that because I can get that at home, but the medical grade machines are incredible. I love them.
How about like the other gadgets that pop up on your Instagram, like the Pulsetto?
I mean, I'm a sucker for a gadget. You know, I want to try everything out.
I know.
You don't need to tell this guy.
I have like, I was gonna
I
start
go
doing
try to
reviews
ask
on
him
all
about
of them.
something, and if he's looked into it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I have 2 of those."
Right. Yeah. I like to try new things out to see what's going to work, what's not going to work. And technology is advancing so much and so quickly that who knows, you might find something that is really great.
Yeah. Any of them that you would recommend at all? We won't hold you to it, but
I don't know what it's called. It's really cold. Do you know which one this is? Really, really cold. It's medical grade though.
Yeah.
You have to use it in an office. It's essentially not as cold as like freezing off a skin tag or something
Yeah.
to that degree, but it ices very like cryotherapy.
Okay.
I'd say cryo.
Localized cryo.
Localized cryo, yeah.
Okay.
There's a wand that can put basically anywhere on the body.
Yeah.
That I think is amazing. That has helped me with a
Like
lot
a
of
cold
vagus.
laser, or is it just?
It's not a
just
laser.
Cooling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wand.
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Put that cold spell on your occipital nerve.
That feels so good.
Freezing the occipital nerves probably going to work for migraines.
Yeah, most people actually, because the nerve doesn't do much.
How about with the sound bowls? Can you treat any migraines with that?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
actually one of the main reasons why I got into sound healing as deeply as I did, because I used to have migraines a lot.
Yeah.
And it hurts to begin with
Yeah.
because any sound is going to amplify the symptoms,
irritate
right?
the nerves.
Yeah, but then it helps again regulate the nervous system to come back down. And now I don't have as many migraines and help a ton of people with migraines.
Where is there certain areas where the migraines affect? Like, because we're taught with like nerve covers this area. If it's if the nerve is the cause rather than the brain, where like the brain, you could probably have more useful effects of the sound waves. When it's a nerve issue, like people do Botox and stuff to block those nerves or do surgery to release them. Do you notice certain areas, whether it's frontal, occipital, or like on the side?
So, right, like it's various different types of migraines. Likewise, for all of them, I would do crown chakra and throat chakra bowls to help with both of those because they're going to help in those areas. Those frequencies specifically help those areas of the body. And then the rest of the body will flood and release. So targeting those areas is the most helpful. So in that case, I wouldn't be using the root chakra, right? I would perhaps get there eventually, but I'm going to start at the crown chakra and the throat because that's where we're hurting.
And then you've been a cancer survivor, and like how would you treat like a breast cancer patient comes in? Like what sorts of treatments would these frequencies be, and how would they be able to help some of the patients?
Well, for one, I would do a lot of heart opening, a lot of heart chakra, because this is, where the cancer is at, right? In the chest cavity, in the chest, back of the chest, front of the chest.
Yeah.
So I would start there. But also, we have to think about, I would take a whole history, right? It's not just the breast cancer.
Yeah.
It's everything included. So we're going to be targeting anxiety. We're going to be targeting the ruminating thoughts. We're going to be targeting how to stay rooted and connected in your body rather than pop up into your head and start thinking about worst case scenario. So it's a whole systemic approach, but I would lean heavily on heart chakra for that to heal that area of the body.
And then how about like, do you do couples therapies and stuff like?
Yeah, couples is my favorite because typically the men will come in and they don't believe in whatever is going to happen and they're just being dragged along for whatever their partner is bringing them in for. And they're the ones who leave elated with a smile on their face of like, when can I come back?
What do you
That
think
was my
happens?
first experience. I was just like, okay, we're going to go do sound bowls close to a vortex. This is going to be great.
Right.
But then I left. I was like, okay, can't wait to sign up again.
Exactly.
What do you think happens that that they, is it just a surprise of
Or less inhibition maybe to...
Well, yeah. How often are men getting in a room where they can relax and let their guard down and surrender? And I always say,
without being yelled at?
exactly. You can't, I always say, like, you can't BS the bowls, right?
Yeah.
You cannot lie your way through frequency. And the frequency is going to meet you exactly where you're at. And if you say, oh, yeah, I'm happy. And then I play a bowl and I can hear, oh, no, you're not. Like, I can hear that you're not. You're completely blocked. And that will penetrate right through and it'll cut through the BS, right? And so it really does help suppress the guards. It helps bring the walls down. And then there's something really beautiful that happens between couples where their energies combine into a beautiful union and you feel very connected to your partner.
What would happen if Instagram put that when you're trying to create a video? Put the sound frequencies, you think the influencer rate would go down?
Unless you
The
have the
happy
right
influencer rate?
speakers, I don't think they're going to match the
No,
live
I know.
polls.
I'm
That's
just
the
kidding.
thing.
All the happy influencers, I'm just saying, like it's going to show who they really are.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's going to totally change how people look at, they see real life, what's going on.
Screeching sounds.
It's true.
All right. So since we got like 5 minutes left, we're going to do our quick hits
Okay.
questions
Rapid fire.
and see, or the rapid fire questions. That's right. You know. So what is one wellness trend you think is overrated?
Ooh.
Bleach chick.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is a hard one.
I don't know. I said sea moss and like,
Oh,
I don't know what the benefits of sea moss were. So someone asked me and I'm like, I'd give it a 1 out of 10, but
I like that one. Yeah. I mean, it is going to be some of these more like, I would say like woo-woo inspired supplements that don't do anything.
yeah.
Like
There's
what? We need
there's
at least
everything
one
under
name.
the
Athletic green.
sun.
We need at least one name.
There's this one, I don't know the name of it, but I don't know how I even got targeted for this ad, but something about changing the color of your eyes, but it was a woo-woo experience. And I was like, this is fake, right? This cannot be real.
Yeah.
You'll get enough
Random
people trying
stranger
it out.
inject
Yeah.
your cornea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone's asking me to do that for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not happening.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah. All right. What is one wellness trend people should take more seriously?
Sound healing, of course.
Of course. There we go.
Easy.
Yeah. What daily habit gives the highest return on investment?
Slowing down,
What is the biggest misconception about manifestation?
that it's easy.
What one thing cancer taught you?
What's important?
What is the fastest way to reduce stress?
Stop listening to everybody around you.
Put earplugs in.
Right.
What does your morning routine look like? Which we went over.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft, slow, intuitive, calm, and peaceful.
Mine is get out of bed, pound 4 shots of espresso, and get to work.
You should wait an hour and a half before
There you
That's what I
pounding
heard.
espresso.
That's what I
Yeah.
heard.
I keep on telling you that.
Yeah.
And I make coffee for my wife
Okay,
first
so I'll
thing in
take
the morning.
2 shots
so-
of espresso
yeah.
and get the 4 shots after an hour and a half.
There we go.
What does high frequency living actually mean?
It means staying true to your authentic self more than anything else.
And then what book has changed your life the most?
The Body Keeps the Score.
Who's that by? Do you know? Body Keeps the Score.
I was hoping
We'll have
you
to look into
I was hoping you were
Look
going
it
to say you were going to say the Quran.
Oh, I love that too, though.
We'll look that up.
What was it again? Sorry.
The Body Keeps the Score. John, can't think of his last name at the moment.
All right. We'll look that up.
Okay, great.
I think sounds good. What's one lesson every leader needs to hear?
Everybody that you're leading is just as human as you are.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just got to take it into reality that, like everyone's on a level playing ground. Just
Mhm.
like, you can achieve whatever you want. You just, you got to set your goals and take control.
Take control.
It all comes around.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right,
much
thank
for
you.
joining us. Hopefully we
pleasure.
can talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.